Let's jump right into it. Welcome to another Explainer. Today, we're taking a hard analytical look at something millions of us have sitting in our wallets, but we rarely think about it in pure financial terms. Yep, the gym membership. We're going to treat your fitness center not just as a place to sweat, but as a financial ledger. We're about to audit this thing to figure out, is your gym a liability bleeding your bank account, or is it a high-yield asset generating a massive profit for your life? So grab your mental balance sheet because we are getting right into the numbers.
Okay, let's dive into the agenda for today. We've got 1. The U.S. fitness paradox. 2. Calculating the direct losses. 3. The physical profit margin. 4. Inside the business model. And finally, 5. Your personal ROI formula.
Kicking things off with Section 1, the U.S. fitness paradox. So every single January, this incredibly familiar, almost predictable ritual happens all over the country, right? Driven by the sheer optimism of New Year's resolutions, fitness centers see a massive 12% spike in signups. You know the vibe. The streets might be freezing at 5 a.m., but the commercial gyms, absolutely bustling. But here is the jaw-dropping reality of all that January optimism. By the time April rolls around, just 3 short months later, a staggering 67% of those brand new memberships go completely unused. 67%. I mean, if you've ever paid for a gym and just kind of stopped going by spring, let me go ahead and validate your guilt right now. You are in the overwhelming majority. And the fitness industry? Oh, they know this number intimately. Actually, their entire ecosystem relies on it. You see, in the US, the fitness market covers this massive spectrum. Down on one end, you've got your budget clubs, places like Planet Fitness, sitting at a highly accessible, $10 a month? And then on the total opposite extreme, you have luxury wellness sanctuaries, like Equinox, commanding over $300 a month. But here's the absolute kicker, the industry's big secret. Regardless of the price point, this business model is fundamentally built on your absence. They want you to sign up for sure, but then they really want you to stay home.
All right, moving on to Section 2. Calculating the direct losses.
Let's look at the red ink on our balance sheet for a second. When you sign up for a gym, that heavily advertised monthly price, that's rarely what you actually end up paying out of pocket. If you aren't actively managing it, a gym membership quickly becomes a quiet liability. Let's rapid fire through some of these hidden financial leaks. First off, most commercial gyms hit you with an annual maintenance fee of roughly $40 to $60, which usually sneaks into your bank account about 3 months after joining. Then, you've got initiation fees. And let's not forget the infamous 12-month contract trap. Try to get out early, and you're facing cancellation penalties that can equal months of dues. But honestly, the real leak is secondary spending. The very moment you become a gym person, lifestyle creep sets in. You start dropping cash on Lululemon or Gymshark gear, you're buying pre-workouts, whey protein, creatine, fancy shaker bottles. Almost overnight, what started as a simple $30 a month habit aggressively balloons into a $150 a month financial leak. And wait, we haven't even factored in your ultimate, absolute, non-renewable resource, your time. In our fast-paced world, your time has a literal dollar value. Let's break down a supposedly efficient 45-minute workout. Think about it. You spend 15 minutes packing your bag, 15 minutes commuting in rush hour traffic, 10 minutes just circling the lot looking for parking, and then another 15 minutes literally just waiting for a squat rack because it's 5:30 p.m. Suddenly, your intended 45-minute workout just drained nearly 2 hours out of your day. Now, if you are a freelancer, an entrepreneur, or an hourly worker, those extra hours navigating gym logistics, those are hours you actively aren't earning money. It's a massive hidden tax on your earning potential. Which brings us to Section 3, the physical profit margin. So let's shift gears and focus on the black ink on our balance sheet, specifically this concept of healthcare arbitrage. The United States has some of the absolute highest healthcare costs on the planet. According to the CDC, chronic diseases driven by physical inactivity, things like heart disease and type 2 diabetes, cost the healthcare system hundreds of billions of dollars. So think of your gym membership as the ultimate preventative health insurance policy. Regular resistance and cardiovascular training lower your blood pressure, they improve insulin sensitivity, and they strengthen your bones. Spending, say, $600 a year on a gym today can quite literally save you $10,000 to $50,000 in medical bills, prescription drugs, and insurance premiums a decade from now. That is a massive return on investment. The second major profit area is asset utility. When you pay that monthly fee, take a step back and look at what you are actually buying access to. A standard commercial gym floor is packed with literally hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of highly specialized, perfectly calibrated equipment. You've got ergonomic cable machines, commercial treadmills, saunas, pools, I mean, to replicate even a fraction of this setup at home, you would need a massive garage and thousands upon thousands of dollars in upfront capital. So really, for the price of a couple of weekend takeout meals, you're renting access to elite-level physical infrastructure. And all of this builds into our final major return, the mindset dividend. This psychological profit is incredibly valuable, maybe the most valuable of all. Exercise triggers immediate endorphin release, drastically reduces your stress hormone, cortisol, and physically sharpens your cognitive function. And in today's hyper-competitive economic landscape, mental clarity is a huge leverage point. Better sleep and lower stress directly correlate to higher daily productivity, sharper decision-making, and ultimately higher earning potential in your career. You are quite literally working out to earn more. All right, let's look behind the curtain in Section 4, inside the business model. To truly extract all that value we just talked about, you've got to understand exactly how the industry sets its traps. The core secret here is a numbers game called overselling capacity. Picture a mid-sized commercial gym. It might only have the physical square footage to comfortably fit about 300 people at one time. Yet, management will actively sell between 3,000 and 5,000 active memberships. Insane, right? So how does the building not literally collapse under the weight of the crowd? Well, because they bank on the statistical certainty that the vast majority of you will simply never walk through the doors. So the really crucial point here is how they keep you paying when you aren't going. It's a clever little trick called the guilt threshold. Low-cost gyms absolutely thrive on this. At $10 or $15 a month, the price point crosses right under your personal guilt threshold. You keep paying every single month because, well, the fee isn't quite expensive enough to force you to go through the incredibly annoying hassle of officially canceling. Plus, it gives you that warm, fuzzy psychological comfort of telling yourself, hey, at least I belong to a gym. But here's the hard truth. When you buy a membership and stay home, you are directly subsidizing the hardcore lifters who are in there 5 days a week. Your $10 is paying for their weights and their long hot showers. Time for the big finale. Section 5, your personal ROI formula. Now that we know the traps and the profits, let's learn the specific math to extract maximum value. To ensure your membership is a net profit, you absolutely must calculate your cost per visit. Let's just run the numbers on a standard $60 a month membership. If you give in to the paradox and only go once a month, well, that single workout just costs you $60. That is a terrible financial loss. Now, if you manage to go 4 times a month, about once a week, each visit drops to $15. Better, but you're still paying a premium. However, if you go 12 times a month, roughly 3 times a week, your cost per visit plummets to just $5. For a $5 bill, you get top-tier equipment, a hot shower, a sauna, and a healthier body. At 12 visits a month, the value you extract completely dwarfs the nominal fee you pay. You, my friend, are officially beating the system. As we close out this ledger, this is the final verdict I really want you to remember. A gym membership is never inherently a loss or a profit. It is a blank check. Its value is entirely determined by your consistency. If you view your gym simply as a luxury entertainment expense, it will sit right there in the red ink column, and you'll probably cut it the second times get tough. But if you shift your perspective, if you view it as a high-yielding, long-term investment in your health, your longevity, and your professional energy, it transforms into literally the smartest financial move you can make. Do not let the commercial gym system profit off your absence. Show up, use the steal, claim your health dividend, and turn your membership into a life-changing profit. So I want to leave you with one final thought to audit your own habits. Take a look at your bank statement this month, pull out your gym fob, and ask yourself honestly, what is your current cost per visit? Are you subsidizing the system or are you extracting the profit? Calculate your numbers, get to the gym, and let's get to work.